You will come back, my friends. Skirt.
Hi there guys, just some ordinary dude here and welcome to another edition of Discussions with the Dude. I am joined today by four guests. First we've got Brody, aka Nickelodeon Fan 1990. How are you?
I'm doing good, and greetings everyone out there in the loud universe.
Yeah. We also got Zane with us. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. I got a piece in the background while I'm munching on right now, and I am very tired. I really don't want to talk at this current moment, but I want to get this podcast through because I'm kind of excited to talk about this because I have so much to talk about.
Yeah.
So let's just get this all through. My bad. I'll let the guys speak.
And we've got Alejindio again. How are you today?
Hello, I'm fine. Thank you very much. I'm very glad to be here. I really want to speak about this movie because, as Zane said, there is a lot to say about this.
Yeah, well, you were actually the one who sort of pushed for this podcast. You really wanted to do it, didn't you? But
yes. Yeah. Like we will say, vamos a matar esta cosa.
Yeah, and also we've got with us professional artist and writer of the Loud House comics, Amanda Lioi, also known as Cartoonist 99, with us as well. And you've just been on a crafts day, haven't you, where you've been in touch with a Loud House fan?
I'm awake, I'm here, and I'm living on 4.5 hours of sleep. So let's do this.
Yeah, let's get it done. So, as you all know, most of the recent talk within the fandom lately has been based on the recent Christmas movie, also known as Naughty or Nice. And basically, this is a film that recently has had quite a lot of controversy. Well, say what you want about the other films. Like last year, there were two movies, the Casa Grandes movie and No Time to Spy. And
both really good.
Those were actually met with a lot of favourable reviews. Like people generally really like those films, which is interesting because they're some of the most fantastical aspects of the entire franchise, and most fans don't like that. But these movies were the exception. But yeah, they were generally good stories. They were compelling. They had good character stuff in there. Great animation. Naughty or Nice has been met with a lot more controversy. There are some people who like it, but there were a lot of people who hated it. It's one of those it's like a Marmite situation. With this movie, you either love it or hate it. There's no in between. So, of course, I've just sat down and watched it myself, and I think it's all right.
That's me. I think it's average. It's not the worst thing I've seen, but
no. Yeah.
I don't know. When they announced it, I got excited, but then I read the plot and I was like, oh no! Like I did not have high hopes going into this. Was the animation that was really the highlight for me.
I will say this: when the Christmas movie was announced, I was thinking to myself, "Oh, great, another Christmas propaganda of the show." Like how many times do we have to go through this? And when I read the plot, it's just like, yep, that just confirms my suspicion.
Yeah,
I was I tried to be excited for this. Like,
yeah,
and it's just like maybe the plot's not so bad. Maybe it's going to be like something like A Christmas Carol or It's a Wonderful Life. Like it's heavy in a good way.
Yeah.
But when I saw the movie, I was like, that was the worst experience of my life.
Wow.
All over the place.
As for me, I'm sorry. I wanted to say that as for me, most of all that think this is another Christmas movie, the first thing I thought was, oh my God, really? We're going to watch Lincoln learning the same lesson for a third time?
Yeah.
They become very formulaic concepts all the time, don't they? But there was actually a more compelling lesson or Aesop in this movie, which I will get onto in a minute. But I think what I'm going to do this time, because you all have quite a lot you want to say about this as well. So I'm just going to sort of get my views out of the way now for the next 5 or so minutes. And then I may actually take a bit of a back seat for a while and let you guys talk it out amongst yourselves. So I've literally just watched the film before we started this podcast, like 10, 15 minutes before we started this podcast. So my thoughts on it are pretty fresh. Admittedly, I did struggle to sort of keep my attention on this movie, which kind of does say a lot about it, to be fair. I suppose...
We forced you.
Yeah. I wasn't going to watch it apart from this podcast. Yeah, that is the thing. But I'm just going to sort of briefly summarize my overall thoughts on this movie. And for me, one word summarizes it: serviceable. It's a fine movie, like in the sense that it does its job. It has like good technical aspects, as you'd expect, great animation, all that sort of thing. It has some good jokes in there relating to the sisters' characters, admittedly. It has like some good things in there. It's generally like, if you're just a basic kid with low standards, you might like this film. It's got some things to enjoy about it. Basically, yeah, like you said, they learn the same lesson over and over again. That is unfortunately something we've come to expect with the Loud House by now. The continuity is poor. The repetition is pretty higher than it should be. I don't think these writers have like the greatest creative direction for the franchise. I've said this many times in the past now. And it's like, basically, when I watched this, I was like, this is fine, but fine for me isn't good enough. I think the Loud House is capable of so much more. I've said this before. It has so much potential. And personally, I wouldn't have done an idea like this in the first place. I would have done something a bit more compelling, you know what I mean? But what it is, it's okay. It has some good jokes. Lincoln obviously learning the same lesson again is beyond like obviously at this point. I will say there was quite a good Aesop this movie had, and that was through the sort of arc that Duncan the elf had, where he sort of learns that, you know, people aren't just good or bad. There's a lot of like grey area in terms of morality and like being naughty and nice. And I think that is kind of an interesting and relatively unique sort of lesson to teach younger audiences. So I think that was all right. In terms of the action, because really, if I'm honest, that was the main thing I was looking forward to. I've said it before. The main issue with No Time to Spy is that only really Myrtle gets a lot of the action in that movie. The Louds don't really get anything, even though like, the Casagrandes get to fight a bunch of demonic demigod minions in their movie, but the Loud family never really seems to get these moments. And I was hoping, because of the trailer footage, that we were going to get that, and we did a little bit, but it was a bit tamer than I was hoping for, if I'm perfectly honest. Like, for a start, like the second half of the movie, they're in the North Pole, they're in Santa's base, they've been captured by like this small group of tiny elves. And I'm like, okay, Lynn has super strength, she can lift a house. Lola, when she gets angry enough, can beat up monsters. Lana does alligators. Luan is like a master jigsaw prankster. Lisa has these scientific weapons. I need to get the fuck out of there. Like, they spent the whole time like working in coal mines. Like, get out of there! You know what I mean? It's like the Casagrandes got to beat up demigods. Why can't, like, you've got these superpowered Louds, basically. They're basically superhuman at this point. I mean, we've seen that now, but they're always useless when they're actually needed. We did finally get some action at the very end, and there were some good moments, like the thing with Luna and the bell. But it was still a bit tame, if I'm perfectly honest. Like, for example,
that was the only part that interested me in wanting to see the movie, because everybody on Discord kept blowing up the chat, Brody, you know, and and they were like, "Oh, there's a Luna and Luann scene." I was like, "Where? What point in the movie?" So I literally skipped ahead.
Yes.
It's like a second scene, and it is a good scene, but it's like, it's not something to blow up about. I mean, the recent episode they did was more meaningful than that. We did was better than that still, wasn't it, Amanda?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you guys have read Laughing Melody, haven't you? Surely.
Oh, yeah.
You guys have read The Laughing Melody, right?
Have you read it?
You should read it. They're masterful. It's masterful.
It's good. It's pretty good.
Oh, it's amazing. But anyway.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
The Laughing Melody. It's a much better Luna and Luan episode than the one we just actually got, which was pretty good itself. But it's one that me and Amanda wrote last year. And 10 out of 10 easy.
Of course.
But anyway, back to my thoughts on the movie. Yes, so the action was fine, but it was a bit tame. Like, again, the most they could do with Lynn Jr., for example, is that she shoots paper airplanes out of a vacuum at them. Like, she could just beat the shit out of the entire army. Come on. And probably Santa as well. We've already seen in them all her beat up a version of Santa. You know? I mean,
yeah, it's very inconsistent.
Yeah, I feel like the entire Louds were kind of nerfed in regards of their abilities and strengths and everything.
Well, what they're doing, these writers, they don't know what they're doing. They never have. They're not the right people for the jobs.
One scene that really, got my attention, immediately was when, Lola and Lana were, just taking selfies together, being happy, not bothering anybody. And from nowhere, Lola receives in the face a snowball from Lincoln, and Lincoln started laughing. And I said, what? This is not Lincoln. What is happening here?
Yeah,
that's kind of felt the same, to be honest.
But
the biggest problem with this movie is that Lincoln was nerfed so bad.
And changed.
And I suppose, speaking of Lincoln, I'll briefly address probably the most controversial aspect of the film for a lot of people. Obviously, they made Lincoln out to be very selfish in this movie, and that's always been a vibe he's had to an extent.
More so than the other movies, though. It just seemed like it was so more over the top compared to.
I don't know. It was a bit more played up. I wouldn't say it's as bad as everyone's made it out. Having just watched the movie, I'm like, okay, he definitely has his like bad and selfish moments in this film. But I will at the very least say, like, obviously he thought that what he was doing would be harmless to everybody else. Like, he didn't intend for all those like really awful consequences to happen. That was just a mistake that he made. That was something that went wrong. So I'll give him at least some slack for that. I will say they could have maybe toned it down a little bit, or like some people have suggested, maybe give one of the other Louds, maybe like Lola or Lynn or Lisa, for example. Any one of those sisters would have been a perfect choice for this kind of narrative. You know what I mean?
I really believe Lola. I really believe Lola is more believable to be a flipper.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Her.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Like,
a really clear choice right there.
With Lola, it could have been like a really great movie, especially since like Lola episodes are generally great anyway, aren't they? Like, she always gets all the best episodes, it seems. And it would have made more sense for her character. She is someone who would be a bit of a flipper, and so would Luann, Lynn, and Lisa, for that matter. Quite a few of them would be more fitting for this, I think, than Lincoln. But obviously, Lincoln's the main character. Movies have to sort of centre more on him. This is like the creative director of the show isn't allowed to go in places that we would like it to. It has to stay very formulaic, very predictable, very basic, and it's like, again, not fulfilling the potential the franchise has, not even close to doing the bare minimum. And the bare minimum for me is not good enough. It just isn't. The Loud House could, like, people say it can't be on par with, like, let's think of like the cartoons that frequently get brought up as some of like the best in terms of actual quality. You'll typically bring up things like Avatar, Batman animated series, Justice League, Gravity Falls, Simpsons in its prime, Tom and Jerry, maybe like the classics from back in the day. Those sort of cartoons generally come up quite a lot when you talk about best.
The
cartoons.
OG Teen Titans.
Yeah. And Hilda.
But the point is,
you're gonna make me cry.
Most and if I said, I actually believe the Loud House could at least be on par with those cartoons. I really do. And people will say, well, no, it can't, because it's just a little kid's slice of life cartoon. Okay, Simpsons was slice of life. Yeah, but Simpsons was adult. Okay, Avatar and Gravity Falls were generally aimed at younger audiences. Yeah, but they were more fantastical anyway. You can make any cartoon brilliant. You can do it with any show. Well, almost any show. The Loud House is easily capable of fulfilling that potential. If it weren't, I would never have bothered with it. And people have. It's been this way for so long, where we've been disappointed. We've got used to being disappointed, and our expectations have lowered, and we just naturally, instinctively, in our heads, think worse of the franchise because of that. And it's like, no, the Loud House is capable of a lot more. Like, a lot of people have sort of turned away from the Loud House because they're so disappointed with it all the time. They've moved on to other similar shows,
unfortunate,
like Primo and Wild Pack, Break of the Creek. And don't get me wrong, like from what I've seen of those, and I haven't seen that much of them, they're pretty good shows as well. Do I think they've got the same potential as the Loud House? No, not particularly. But they're good shows. But this particular show, it's got so much potential, and it's stuff like this. It's movies like this that just go for the bare minimum, that are just serviceable, that are just maybe borderline good at best, where it's like, really? You've got all this substance to use, all this stuff you could do, and this is what you're doing with it? Seriously, guys?
Also, the whole like Save Christmas thing has been done in so many movies.
Like it's been done to death.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned this, I may have mentioned this to the group the other day. I think I mentioned it to the group in Discord, but like, I'm not personally a fan of the fantastical stuff. I understand they do it more in the movies because they're like they want to make it more like cinematic or whatever. But like I had an idea, like since Krampus was brought up a handful of times by Lucy, why not have a plot where they're trying to fight off Krampus or something, who's trying to turn everybody in the world against each other? Like it's something different.
Yeah.
Like I know it still sounds kind of wacky and out there, but like it's different. See, that would probably catch
you want a big
more.
story, big movie format story. Okay, you want a big movie format story that is different, that is unique, that tells a different story, that takes characters in new directions, and it's just
Or better yet,
okay. The question.
Or better yet, like try and do something like put your own spin to like an already existing Christmas classic, like either Home Alone or National Lampoon's, or heck, How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Or even Jingle All the Way. Could work too.
Never done a Home Alone with Luann. Like that is the perfect setup right there. How's that never happened?
Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean?
Or of course, a take on How the Grinch Stole Christmas, where Lola, Lola's always sour. She's prissy. She's mean. And of course, it kind of fits her character of her like being in the role of the Grinch. Like he hates Christmas and he wants to take it away from everyone, like have it all to himself.
Or maybe, who knows, maybe there's a story where maybe last year she received, what's the word that kids receive when they are naughty? They don't receive present, they receive what? Coal, what's the word?
Coal.
Yeah. Coal. Maybe Lola is very bitter because she received coal and now she wants to ruin it for everyone,
Yeah.
Something like that.
I could see that fitting her character, yeah.
But yeah.
No, can I make a comment
one
here?
question. I'm sorry. And just have one question. Sorry for the interruption.
No problem.
Be honest with me. I really think this, and I want to know your comments. I really believe the movies they happen in alternate universes. I really don't think they are canon. What do you think?
Except No Time to Spy.
No Time to Spy, I think, will only one be canon because it does kind of follow the whole idea of Myrtle being like having a spy pass, and that was established in an episode.
Didn't that character, what's her name, X or something, appear in the
in the road trip arc? Yeah,
that confirms it is canon. I think the other bits are canon, but I think it's like they can't like bring back the characters from them because of like the deal they had with Netflix, because they were Netflix movies. Although I think the first movie, the 5-year expiry date for that is about to run out, so they could start bringing in like Morag and Angus and Lola the Dragons.
They can bring back David Tennant. They can bring back Michelle Gomez. Heck, they might as well make like a little special called Morag's Revenge or something like that. Where she comes to Hollywood or to an actor.
Better than that. We can have all the villains come back and try and take revenge.
Yeah.
Which I already made, by the way. They could just take that story.
But I really believe that, I mean, at least I hear you, but I really believe this last movie, the Christmas movie, is not canon. This is why. Right now, in that world, there is a word that all the world knows that Santa exists. I mean, it even appears in the news that every good kid received a cold. I mean, it's like a Nightmare Before Christmas, that the whole world is aware that Santa exists. How did we jump from a world when Lisa didn't believe in Santa, that now all people send letters to Santa?
I kind of thought the older sister, this is just a nitpick, but I kind of thought the older sisters sending letters to Santa was a little weird, because I'm like, they're teenagers.
Yeah, but you've got to remember, we're now in an era of the Loud House where it's been established that ghosts, dragons, gods, like super spy organizations, zombies, literally everything exists.
Aliens.
This world, aliens.
Why not just Santa?
So at this point, why not believe in Santa? Because like everything else surreal exists. It's like, again, going back to what I said about Doctor Who earlier. In that show, there's an alien invasion every other week. Yet every time an alien invades in a new episode, everyone in the general public is shocked by it. Like, this happens to you on a regular basis, you twats. Why are you still surprised? And it's the same thing with the Loud House. It's like surreal shit happens all the time. Why would you be surprised about Santa at this point?
You really should.
But
you really should.
So over the top, I think, in later seasons. Like, people always argue, like, oh yeah, it was in the early seasons. Yes, it was, but a lot of the stuff that was fantasy was a lot of times either dream related, or it was imagination.
A vision, like in the butterfly effect.
Jumped the shark.
Fantasy is fine as long as it's not done too often, and it actually justified. As long as it's justified, it adds to the story. It benefits the plot. If it's not done without any benefit, without any logical reason for being there, then it shouldn't be done. I've always used the example of The Winning Spirit. It would have just been better as a Lynn Lucy episode. But then again, with the Casa Grandes movie, obviously that had to be fantastical, and it was brilliant. So, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I think it's one of those where I'm not against fantastical ideas, but pick and choose when, how you use them.
Yeah, like they don't even have vampires exist in the Loud House universe, because we got that episode in the Bite in Transylvania, and I'm like, okay, so you can have all this other stuff exist, but not vampires? I'm like, so how does it? It's like they pick and choose.
Of course, they've always picked and chosen there. Like they've picked and chosen, like in some episodes, like what the characters are like, for example. Like in some cases, they'll be meaner or more hostile than in other episodes, or they'll be smarter or dumber than they are in some episodes. They've always picked and chose certain things, haven't they? Their consistency. They're not known for consistency.
Like for example, when the Louds went up to managed to get to Santa's headquarters, the Louds were all dumb. It's like, how do you get up to the elevator? And Lenny was like, well, haven't you even read Twas the Night Before Christmas? It's like, I was just thinking to myself, are you out of your mind? What kind of logic was that? It's like everyone else couldn't understand it, but Lenny? What the heck?
Yeah, but I mean, my problem is that how the world in the Loud House changed, because in the first season we have Santa is a myth. Not even Lisa believes in Santa, but now we have a world that, I mean, even the adults knows that Santa exists.
And again,
oh my God.
They're now used to seeing ghosts and aliens and shit they didn't see back then. They've got more used to surreal stuff. That, like I just said,
the problem is with this movie, it opens like some sort of weird gateway into like other possible ideas. Like, what if Jack Frost exists? What if the Easter Bunny exists? What if the Tooth Fairy exists? What if Satan actually exists?
Yeah.
Yeah. Satan does
probably
exist.
does
He's
exist.
called
Don't give him
Akuma.
any ideas. Don't give him any more ideas, Brody.
Well, Satan already does exist.
I remember that.
Akumu was Satan, wasn't he? Pretty much. Pretty much.
I mean,
Yeah, you ain't wrong.
pirate zombies exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have pirate. Yeah.
Damn pirate zombies. I hate them so much.
Yeah. That is weird.
Now, I have one question. Are we going to talk about, aspects of the movie? Because I have a question for all of you.
Right.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Sure.
Be honest with me, because I rewatched this specific part of the movie around 5 times, and right now I still don't know what made the North Pole to go naughty. I still don't get what triggered that event.
Well, I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah, I don't either.
That's
What made the North Pole go naughty? Well, I thought it was. Remember the scene where Lincoln and Todd are hacking into the whole naughty and nice database, and he's trying to turn himself from naughty to nice, and it all went wrong. And there was like a big surge, and all of them swapped over. That's how that happened, wasn't it?
I don't know.
I'm sure that's what they said. There was an error. I've just watched this movie, and I'm sure they said there was an error where everybody who was changed from naughty went to nice, and vice versa.
If that's the case,
Chandler didn't became nice. Scoot didn't become nice,
No. If that's the case, wouldn't that affect all the nice kids and
see, that's what I don't get. The Louds weren't affected.
From naughty and the naughty people from nice, like in regards to personality and mood and stuff like that. Not just like naughty kids give gifts and nice kids get cold. Like, come on, man.
And you know that would be very interesting, because imagine this. Imagine that this event will trigger in the whole world, and only Lincoln remain nice, and all the sisters and his family becomes naughty. That will help, because now you have a reason to only have Lincoln as the hero. His sisters cannot help him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That would be a good way to remove the sisters and only leave Lincoln to be the hero,
Yeah. And of course, we a missed opportunity. We would have had Chandler be like the good guy for once if that actually happened. But no, we had to play it safe.
Yeah.
And imagine this. Chandler even tell Lincoln, "I don't want to be naughty again," but it's a sacrifice he has to do.
Yeah.
Something like that. We can have a good moment because Chandler and Lincoln, and but
because it's implied like everybody in the whole world. Was
again to my question. I'm
except
sorry. Again to my
for
question.
Louds,
Yeah, but to answer my question, as I told you, until now I really don't understand what the North Pole changed, but because even Santa said that the list has nothing to do with it, so I don't know what triggered the
plot convenience.
event, Yeah.
A massive plot hole, if you ask me. It's like it gives you more questions than answers.
We have to remember that, like, the caliber of writing. Like, how many of you actually even watched The Really Loud House?
I did.
Not most of us.
It wasn't exactly a masterpiece, was it? And apparently, 2 writers from that show did this movie.
They wrote the movie, yeah, and that's what made me not have the greatest hopes.
The Really Loud House is what we're going with now. Like, what these
and also
get to write me?
And you want to know what's funny? These are the same writers that did the Casa Grande's movie, the greatest movie in the Loud House franchise.
Well,
yeah, very fair.
Yet they made this movie,
and now they made this slop. What the heck?
A lot of ideas.
We're getting another movie next year, and I mean, Nick Nickelodeon's been milking this franchise for a while, but it's really starting to show.
Well,
like every other year, there's another freaking SpongeBob movie. Like, do we really need more?
No, but they want to milk SpongeBob to death.
Still rave about the 2004 movie.
Yeah.
So like
It's like
that has stood the
Alice's
test of
best.
time. Then you have all these movies that came out after it, and nobody talks about them.
It kind of feels like that, it kind of feels like that Nickelodeon's trying to repeat the success of the first film.
Yeah.
And that's and Nickelodeon is not using all the money to the other stuff I want a season 2 of the Fairly Odd Parents, A New Wish. I want a Loud House video game. I want dude,
that would be cool.
Give us what we want. Just something.
They won't do it because they don't know what they're doing. They just don't know what they're doing. They never have.
It's man. They cater to their focus groups, which are primarily children.
Who are they catering to? I doubt even kids particularly that into it. Like the ratings are dropping, aren't they? They're not trying. They're not trying. I think they're subtly trying to run it into the ground.
They stopped trying back in 2017, if you ask me.
Of course. Here's the problem.
Yeah.
I just don't think anyone who's ever worked on the show has really fully understood it, including Chris Savino. You know what I mean? I don't think any.
Chris never really wrote any episodes. He was really the showrunner,
the director.
He did. Acting.
Oh, he did. He did write
a couple. I think he wrote some shorts and stuff, but
he's not a writer. Like if you brought back Chris Savino, it wouldn't change anything. If anything, it would make it worse because he made a lot of fuck ups involving the characterization of the siblings and everything back when. So it wouldn't make it any better.
I think it would be best if he and I know this might turn some heads, but I think it would be best that he comes back as a creative consultant.
No.
Look, I know you will hate me for this, but I really kind of second that. I mean, he has his issues. He has his issues, of course. I'm not defending that.
He was a sexual predator.
He didn't did a bad job.
If anybody, here's how I look at it.
But he has no talent. Chris Savino has no talent. He drove powerful.
The show was his idea.
Yeah, he was good enough to make the initial idea. Beyond that, he's worthless. No.
I mean, yeah, he gave us the blueprints to make all of this stuff happen, but
I mean, tomato.
Hey, I've actually had conversations with this guy. He's a completely freaking changed individual.
Yes,
and people still give him shit. Excuse my language. People give him shit for things he did over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
People have unforgiveness. I'm not excusing his actions at all because what he did was terrible. But if you still are holding on to unforgiveness towards him, that's on you.
Well,
yeah,
I have to say,
it's not like he's Dirty Dan, right?
Look,
he's not the same person he was 10 years ago.
No, he had a lot of issues that he's dealt with since, let's just say.
Smart.
Yeah,
heck, he even went to find religion.
Yeah.
If that's not a sign of finding forgiveness or seeking redemption, I don't know what is.
Yeah, well, maybe he does deserve forgiveness. Maybe he has turned a new leaf, and if he has, that's great. I'm not against forgiveness. I'm not against people getting a second chance, or I don't know anything about the man personally other than what I've heard. And you know what? It's a fair point. He might have changed as a person, and if he has, great, fair enough.
Yeah.
I still wouldn't advise bringing him back though, because I don't think he's very talented.
No, so that's your opinion, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You want him back because you want somebody who really understands the best direction, the best creative vision for the franchise, right? That's why you want him back.
All right. In regards of the Christmas movie, I do have a few things I want to say, and I don't know if the dude is finished with his thoughts.
Oh, I'm pretty much finished.
I'm good.
Okay. So I of course I will keep this brief because I am planning on doing a review on this movie for Christmas Day. But this movie is by far, in my opinion, one of the worst Loud House creations ever made. like the I thought the entire story was too hokey. The characters were so butchered to beyond belief. I'm not exaggerating here. This is my initial thoughts.
Yeah.
The characters were so bad. Duncan was okay. I thought he was cool. There were a few things that I did enjoy, like of course the reveal of Lucy finally showing her eye, but at the same time that felt a little.
It was anticlimactic. It could have
It
been
felt a little forced.
Anticlimactic. Yes,
cut in here for
yeah.
It was shown.
It should have done in an episode.
Yeah,
it was shown to us against her will.
Yeah,
instead of just having the story where she finally comes out of her shell
here's an example that I think most of you probably are aware of. Now, I'm not saying like she should die or anything, but remember the South Park movie at the very end where Kenny
reveals his hoodie? Oh, yeah.
He reveals it for the very first time. And
they should have done that
and wholesome way, like it's off just before he says goodbye to the other characters, and it's like a moment where he does it on his own accord, and it's like a sort of very wholesome moment. It's just done like in the right way. Now, obviously, you'd have to change it a bit. I'm not saying they should kill off Lucy and send her to hell.
No, not like Kenny. No.
To like be a moment sort of similar to that, but
maybe at the very end, maybe she like shows everyone like her like their Christmas gift, and it's just like her showing her eyes or something like that. That'll be pretty cool.
I will say this: we only saw one eye. We didn't see both.
Yeah, those are the
has some secret of her eye or something. I don't know.
Yeah, she might.
Something something that really got my attention in this movie is that what is that a wish, the extension of the wishes, because for example, let's say he managed to be nice all year. Somehow he managed. Now, since he was nice, he can request the wish he had in the movie. I mean, let's say Chandler managed to be nice all year. Will he become mayor because he was nice?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. That whole thing was kind of weird.
I mean, Santa's powers are really broken if that's the case,
Anyways, yes, there are a few things that felt so underutilized, like of course the scene with Santa revealing that Link and of course eavesdropping on the louds, like saying that Lincoln has been naughty all this time and being selfish for himself, and I was just like, really? That's and of course Lincoln's breaking down, crying, and it's like, "You're right, I'm naughty." Like that. I'm sorry. That just felt so forced, in my opinion.
It's like you just said. I mean, let's say all the movies are canon. I mean, Lincoln was willing to do the ultimate sacrifice for his family. That doesn't count?
No.
He was willing to die for his family.
Yeah, twice.
And of course, I'm saying that I'm going to say this for No Time to Spy, and I'm sure some of my viewers on YouTube already knows this, but I reflected on No Time to Spy, and I was like, perhaps I treated that film a little too harshly, because now that this film was out, I'm reflecting on the past films, and I'm just saying, you know what? They're not as bad as I said they are. They are a little silly, but hey, that's their charm.
Dude, I remember my brother told me this once. When a movie makes an old movie look good, there's a problem there.
Oh
yes, it's like the Star Wars sequels making the prequels look good.
Yeah.
Or
fair, I actually always like Revenge of the Sith, even before the sequels. Just saying.
Yes. Revenge of the Sith. I owe you an apology.
I actually think Revenge of the Sith is probably my favourite of all the films. Not necessarily the best, but probably my favourite of them.
Yeah. Okay, but continue.
anyways, with the whole Lincoln, like the whole third act breakup part, like I like yes, it was like an oh no, it did leave me a little shocked, but it didn't leave me crying like emotionally like it did with No Time to Spy, where Fifi revealed that she was she was snooping on the loud. She was duping them from the entire time because you feel the same emotion that Lincoln and the siblings feel in the
Yeah,
entire
I
movie.
agree.
While the Christmas movie, you just feel like, okay, now we've been proven a point. Lincoln has been naughty the entire time, and it's
Yeah.
like this movie just came off as mean spirited. Like it's I do understand what it was trying to say. Like sometimes you can be sometimes it's nice to be naughty and but don't overdo it. There's like a gray area, like the dude said. Um, but 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 at least make that scene more emotional. Like of course have Lincoln like go through an arc where he's redeeming himself and stuff like that. Like a good example of another movie I watched a couple years back. It's called The Mitchells versus the Machines, where the main character is like going through an arc of just like trusting her family a whole lot. And of course, when the villain reveals that she was lying behind the dad's back, and at the very beginning, it's just like, I just want to do this just to make him happy and stuff like that. It's like it was like, dude, that just felt very emotional. Like it's like everything that has been building up just crumbled down all because of that little white lie.
Yeah, I mean, like you say, remember when Lincoln threw that snowball to Lola? Before that, oh my God, one of the worst parts of the movie for me is the song that they are singing inside the band. When all the family are singing about, the day, the holidays, and Lincoln keep talking about the tool and the tool, I want the tool. And even his sisters tell him, Lincoln, stop, we get it.
Even Clyde was telling him to shut up.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's like we get it.
Like yes, so bad. And I made an entire art piece with Ronnie Ann saying, "Dude, don't forget that Christmas is more than just getting; it's more about giving." And stuff like that.
So much for the song they sang to Mr. Bruce, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And speaking of Lincoln entirely, the third act, yes, it was fine. It was okay. It was not too epic like No Time to Spy or too crazy like the Loud House movie, like the Netflix film or the Casagrande movie. But
there are two fans.
The one scene that ruined it for me was Lincoln sacrificing himself and becoming a gingerbread man. Like,
oh yeah,
I could not take it seriously. Yeah. I'm like, am I the only one who kind of laughed when it happened?
Okay.
Hey, I really need to ask this. Sorry, but I really need to ask this. The moment Santa turned his servant, the elf, into a gingerbread people, tell me the truth. It was pretty obvious Lincoln was going to be turned into that as a sacrifice.
Yes.
I saw that coming.
I saw it coming when that happened. I was like, "Yep, Lincoln's screwed."
Yeah, I mean, from that moment, you saw miles away that Lincoln is going to be a sacrifice to become a gingerbread kid. I saw it coming. Tell me, you didn't saw it coming?
I saw
it coming, but it was just it was just too.
Yeah, I kind of saw it coming as well.
I even was wishing it didn't happen, and it happened.
It happened, and of course, yes, I was shocked. Like the first time around, I was like, "Oh my God, they actually killed him." But looking at it,
as impactful as the last movie, though.
Yeah.
Yes. Which I will get to in a minute. But the second time rewatching it with my friend, I was like, haha, okay, that's funny. He's a gingerbread pastry. Someone gets a milk.
Let's eat it. Let's eat him. Now is our chance. Let's eat him.
Yes. and
How many
and what
takes?
what Manda said in regards of like this not being impactful on the first, like the last movie. I will agree. The whole sacrificing part, in my opinion, is kind of being underutilized as each film goes along. Like, you got it's like, dude, it's like if you overdo it, it's not gonna feel very impactful. Like of course in No Time to Spy, when Lincoln gave up his freedom just so his family can be like free and walking along while he's up there in space. Like that's shocking. That's emotional. Like it left me in tears. Honestly,
yeah, I was crying, and I'm like, a freaking Loud House movie made me cry.
Like you never see that ever.
Yeah, I mean, Rita even cried in that movie, but in this movie, almost no reaction.
It was
from the family.
They gasped. That's all they did.
Yes, family, bro. They're gonna cry over the only boy in the family just turning into a gingerbread. That's crazy.
Yes, it's just like, and of course, and obviously, the dumbest part is like when everything is reversed back to normal. It's like, oh, it's just the usual message of Christmas. Christmas magic comes from the heart. It's just like, it's a really bad Deus Ex Machina, if you ask me. And if you don't know what that is, it's just like a solution coming out of nowhere.
I was wondering about that. Sorry. And, I was wondering something. Sorry for interrupting you. Now that you mention it, remember that they had that little Christmas magic in the bottle?
Yeah.
I was thinking, what exactly were we trying to do with that? They were going to throw the bottle in Sandy Cave, and magically it will turn all the black water into good water again? What was the plan?
Like, what was the point of that? Like, if the whole bottle was gonna be destroyed, only for Lincoln just to give up his life, just to
give his life,
it's kind of all over the place. It just doesn't like.
It's I don't know.
You know what reminds me of that? It like in the Home Alone movie, the first Home Alone movie, that the mother does all that travel to get to her son. And in the end, it was for nothing, because 1 minute later, the whole family reached the house. She just had to wait.
Yes, or in the second movie, she goes all over Manhattan to like find her son, and she realized, oh wait, I know where he might be, and goes to I think it was Rockefeller Center.
Yeah,
I think it was.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, there he is. Like,
it had a little moment,
but at least those movies just has heart. It's like, okay, the problems you can excuse them off and something like that. This movie, however, the Christmas movie, there was so many problems. You cannot excuse them. Like, where's the heart? Where's the emotion? Where's the clarity? Where's the make-filled message of Christmas being coming from the heart and all about giving and not getting?
Yeah.
If you ask me, and I can tell this movie was so rushed.
Yeah,
it's obvious.
I felt like that this movie could have used one more rewrite, if like just to patch things up, like just make it from a mid movie, just like doing, oh, this movie's pretty decent. It's not a 10 out of 10, but it's more like a 8 out of 10 or something like that. Just something to fix up all the loopholes and all the problems and stuff like that.
I don't know. You could do that.
Okay, or just, I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't a fan of the very end because I really didn't like how they made it all a dream.
Yeah, they made Lincoln just remember everything.
And just sorry, but just the fact that only Lincoln remembers what happened. Oh my God, that made me so pissed. Really, really. I mean, that's going back to the Square Zero. That's it.
it's like going back to square one. Honestly, it's it's like Inception. It's like, oh, everyone thinks it's like everyone is going back to their normal lives, but Lincoln knows that what really happened was just been poof, gone.
And no one can remember.
It's like, and it makes you feel like that's it. That's how the movie ends. It's like it's kind of like Patchy from SpongeBob. It's just like, that's just a bunch of cheap walk cycles. What a rip!
Yeah, I mean, and don't forget the fact that I really didn't like that Lincoln even received a present. I mean, he was rewarded. I mean, hi Lincoln, thanks for almost ruining Christmas forever for all the world, but no problem.
I don't think he should have been rewarded.
Yeah, exactly.
He should.
Welcome back to the nice list. Really? I mean, really?
I feel like he should have given that that clump of coal and just a little bonus, a little letter from Duncan saying, better luck next year. I'm
that's what I said exactly.
Like. And Lincoln would be like, it is what it is.
That will be a whole lot better. You just said an amazing ending, really. But no, we have to reward Lincoln. Oh my God.
We have to reward him for all the trouble he has caused, and all the time he has wasted on us.
But you know what? This is really funny because if we are really fair here, for what we saw in the movie, we are not even sure if Lincoln was responsible for what happened because the movie never said so. We really are not sure if Lincoln is guilty.
As a whole, from my thoughts, like, this movie is just okay. Before I get to a conclusion, I will say some positives. I'm glad that this movie focuses more on the family than anyone else. Like of course, yes, the first 10 minutes it focuses on Duncan, but that's just like to set up the whole story. But I'm glad we finally had the siblings get some spotlight. Like, of course, Lioi, the twins, Luann and Luna, and of course sometimes the parents as well. They get a spotlight. I thought the songs were okay. Not like memorable, like of course Hark the Herald or It's a Marshmallow World, but they're okay. And also, I really need to say this because it's bothered the heck out of me. The movie only has 3 songs, and they promoted this as a musical.
I saw that. Yeah,
they didn't actually. Thank God it wasn't a musical because the first one wasn't good as a musical. It was pretty okay, but I didn't like it. Sometimes Spy had pretty good music, and this movie doesn't. This movie has not that many tracks, even though it has a bunch of music in there. But I don't know.
Yeah,
at least that's not. At least
yeah. And of course, I'm sure someone at Nickelodeon is probably watching this for future reference. Like, if you want to make it, hopefully, but to anyone out there who's wanting to like write a musical or something, if you wanted to make it a musical, you gotta have more than, in my opinion, more than 5 songs. Really? Just don't overdo it. Don't have them overstay their welcome, like a big Broadway
the
production.
Joker 2.
Yes.
The Joker 2.
Yes, Joker 2. Make it flow with the story. Make it serviceable, like a big show-stopping number, like Beauty and the Beast or Aladdin or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, but go on.
But just don't, in my opinion, make it just have 3 songs and call it a musical. That's just like the Polar Express. Like it just has a show, like a big show, just not really a musical number, just a show with a song and dance and everything. And of course, later on, it has two songs, and it's just like that's not really a musical.
Right.
Yeah. You know, there is one thing. I'm sorry, but I just remember something that I really need to mention. I know that the Loud House, as we have spoken before, has become, more fantastical. That impossible stuff happens now. But something that really, really, I said, no, that's not right. It's that tool that Lincoln wanted. I mean, what this tool doesn't have. I mean, like seriously, does it have a bazooka? You know?
Yeah, that the only thing I do not believe is that Lincoln wanting this rip hardcore multi-tool kit. I know he says it in a different way, but it's a whole mouthful. I don't care. I'm just calling it a multi-tool kit because that's what it is.
Yeah, it's multi-tool.
What kid in the entire world besides Bart Simpson? What kid in the entire world gets excited over a stupid tool?
Well, you saw what all the stuff it had. It's like almost be Batman with that.
Okay.
Honestly,
yes.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yes, you have your own personalized utility belt in the palm of your hand, but come on. It would have been so much more believable if it was just like a doll or like a comic book or a very rare collectible of like I don't know, either Ray Savvy or David Steele or anything.
Yeah.
It would have been much more believable.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You can't reference May Savvy no more. I'm sorry.
You know what that happened? I know that. Why? Because they needed that tool for the final fight with the elves. Because, oh, come on. They even had a turbine. A freaking turbine. Come on.
I just want to say, I don't know how multi-tools these days. I don't know what this movie's thing with the multi-tool is because it has like 1,000 things it can do. Like a wind turbine, it can sharpen a huge candy cane. It can throw a shooting. It can throw ninja stars. It can throw what's that little thing? A manhole.
And it has a blow dryer.
Yeah, the blow dryer.
Yeah.
Why does it have so many things that wouldn't fit in it, but it just does?
Yeah.
It's like a little patch. It's like a little pouch of like things that doesn't even fit in. Like a
Cartoon Logic, am I right?
Logic, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking why Lisa doesn't want one.
It might.
I mean, Lisa should be the one who wants a tool like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Surprised she wouldn't make something like that already. Pretty fitting character. So.
Anyways, in the regards of the positives, I thought the voice cast was pretty much okay. Like they did their jobs pretty fine. Like Sawyer Cole did Lincoln Loud pretty well. Like he worked what he had. Peter Michael, I don't know if I don't know if that's his first name is was butchered by me. I don't know. I'm sorry. I thought Peter Michael as Santa Claus, like the evil Santa. He kind of reminded me of the Grinch in a way, like with the tone, the attitude, and everything like that. Like I thought that was pretty fine. I mean, anti-Santa, I'm gonna call him. Everyone keeps calling him.
I call him Jack Black because he legit is representing him as being naughty.
Wait, Jack Black?
Yeah, he looks exactly like Jack Black. The little hair on the little toupee he has looks just like his little hair.
Now that I think about it, he does look like Jack Black.
Yeah.
They could have casted him to be like naughty Santa and have like a normal person being Santa. Like that'd be cool.
That actually would have been so much. That would have been actually hilarious. Like Jack Black is one of my favorite actors. Like he did Bowser. He does Poe from Kung Fu Panda. Like
he's an amazing person. Yeah.
Like he's funny. Yeah. Like if you're gonna have a villain that sounds like a Tenacious D type of guy, go for Jack Black because he'll give you that attitude. He always walks around with the same attitude.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, I mean, I know this doesn't have to do anything with the Loud House, but as a, as a side note, you know the Powerpuff Girls, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
There was an episode that was banned. That I think it was Feel Me, Free Me. I don't remember the name,
See me,
but
Oh,
feel me,
feel me,
know
see me,
me.
know me.
yeah,
The
yeah,
the
yeah.
the
Eh,
gnome, the gnome
I
Yes.
episode.
don't think it was
yeah, the
actually
genome.
Jack Black.
He
Though.
was
Yeah.
supposed to be the genome.
Yeah.
Yeah, the genome is even modeled as his face, but he didn't have the time to do it. But he was even the genome was based in him. But he has to reject the job because he was very busy.
I think at the time he was working on movies like School of Rock and I think what else? Not sure Libre. No, that was 2006. I think he was working on School of Rock at the time.
But yeah, by the way, that episode is awesome. I really don't like his band. It's banned, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't you in HBO Max. It's not the episode is not in the list. Well,
If anything, in my opinion,
yeah,
and back onto my main topic, with anti Santa, everyone calls him evil Santa, but I just call him anti Santa because it rolls off the tongue. Um, he's not bad as a villain. Like like my buddy says, oh, he's a pretty good villain. I don't think so. I don't think
no,
so.
no.
People are entitled to their own opinion, but I don't know. He's not that good of a villain.
Yeah.
No.
If I would have ranked all the Loud House villains entirely, it would
He'll probably be at the bottom for me.
yeah.
Yeah.
He'd be there with kind of like with Morag.
Morag is bad,
Yeah.
like at least above him of all things.
Yeah. And of course, obviously, the top three would be like either
Fifi,
Akumu or
Akumu.
Kungwari or Fifi.
Yeah, I believe the most evil characters of all is Fifi, because Fifi didn't really have any, any main reason to do what she did. She did it just for pure vengeance. That's really evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what's evil Santa's excuse? Because Lincoln helped him see things in a different light. He's just going to be like, oh, I'm going to go bad. I'm going to make Christmas be so horrible.
It's it's really cringe. That's the vibe I got.
Shut up.
We could talk
I-
about it,
you
we could
know-
debate it, but it's just
Yeah,
one of those
and
things. At the end
it
of
was
the day,
kind of creepy that he was so eager to make Lincoln his minion. Why was he so eager to recruit Lincoln? I mean, you can be
Because
naughty
plot.
yourself, and that's it.
That's a stupid plot point. Like it's like if Star Wars just had Emperor Palpatine be like, oh, I want Skywalker to join me because not because of his talents. It's just because.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look,
Yeah.
look. If we're gonna pick apart all the plot holes to this movie, we're gonna be here all night.
Yeah, that's
Believe it or
have
not, we've
one.
now gone over an hour. So,
Oh yeah.
That makes sense.
I mean, for the second half of this, I've just sort of sat back and let you guys take over, which I said I was going to do.
You guys,
Truthfully,
Brody.
I'm gonna be honest.
yeah,
Oh,
With the movie, as I said at the start, it's serviceable. It's got full of problems to do with plot and character and concept and everything. It does have some positives. Overall, you
Has
could
tons
argue
of
it's a
negatives,
serviceable
yeah.
film in like a general sense, but obviously serviceable isn't enough. Not close. At the end of the day, it's just one of those like you could pick it apart all you want. It happened. It's not awful, but it's not great either. It's not exactly. I wouldn't have personally done this movie. I would have done something much different, something far more interesting.
Yeah.
But hey,
yeah,
yeah. That's
yeah.
but yeah. Overall, this movie's fine.
Fine.
Wish it was-
like a one-time
wish it was-
watch.
Wish it was better, but hey, it is what it is. Whatever goes on in the very near future, we can only look on with caution.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, for my final thoughts, I think that too. I mean, I'll be honest here. I mean, the movie, I watch it. I already watch it. As you say, it is as it is. The animation is really good. I mean, as I told you, the Loud House movies never disappoint in that fact that the animation is good. The story, meh, nah, I really didn't like it. I believe it's the weakest movie of all the four movies. I really believe that. And really, I really hope that if there is a future movie, please don't let it be around Lincoln. That's all I ask. That's all.
Yeah.
Well, okay, let's just wrap this up. I need to go. Yeah, we've said what we've said. I'm going to let you guys in the comment section say your thoughts on the movie. What did you think of Loud House, Naughty or Nice? Insightful discussion is advised, of course. Thank you, everyone, for being in this podcast, and I will see you next time.